Oops.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
All right. You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good, good. You look like you're outside today.
Yeah, my daughter's still homesick.
Oh, she is. Okay, yeah. Hopefully that's improving. Yeah. Yeah, here it's supposed to potentially rain and it certainly got colder out, so
Oh, it's not bad here at all. It's really nice. It's nice fall weather. It's beautiful.
looks like you have a big property. That now yeah, you said you're at home or you're not at the business, right?
Yeah, I'm at home.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, we've got Don here today to talk about self-employment and owning a business. I actually, up until I kind of looked into it a little bit more, I hadn't really thought there was much difference. But of course, owning a business where you hire people as opposed to working for yourself, I guess, is probably the main difference. So I wanted to start, and then we'll kind of go to like the business that you have now. I was just curious if you've ever owned a business before, and yeah.
Yeah, I have. So this business that that I'm currently doing, I don't own. I'm the manager of the store.
Okay.
And what I had previously is I did have a small business where I made a variety of different items. I started it during COVID, and I started just doing like vinyl stickers, and then I started doing T-shirts, and then like tumblers, and glasses, and keychains, and coasters, and
So
cutting boards.
printmaking, essentially. Okay, I've often thought that would be kind of interesting too. It's if you have the right equipment, it makes it easier, but it's an art form for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, and also when you have a business, then you can use it to advertise on different things too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
So do you still utilize those skills for the shop?
yeah, yeah. I'll make custom items for our small town. It's a tourist town, so I make like license plates for the front of cars, or glass cutting boards, some ceramic coasters, and they all have pictures of the lakeside where we're at, or the pier, or things of the town itself. So they
Yeah,
can.
do you wanna mention the town that you're in and what type of store you have?
Sure, it's called Pentwater, Michigan, is the name of the city. It's a very small village, and it's right on Lake Michigan.
The
And
village. Okay, cool.
the name of the store is Everything Under the Sun. It's a resale shop. We have a lot of like antiques and vintage items.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I know you sent a couple of videos to me in the past, and it looks like there's a real variety of stuff. And is it donations mostly or?
No, it's I provide things for the store. There are two other ladies that work at the store that also sell things at the store, and then we have a few people that consign things to the store.
Okay, okay, cool. So it's a bit of a few things there, which is nice, I guess, in a way. Maybe a little bit more to kind of operate and manage. And what would you say actually is the both the hardest and the easiest things of managing or running a business?
Um, well, like every business is different, but if you enjoy the business, that makes it easy. I love doing this, so it to me it's a lot of fun to do it. My previous business was a little more work, I got a lot of custom orders, and it was more time consuming, and I didn't enjoy it as much. So it was more like work.
And that's the difference. Like when you have people working for you, and you can then decide whether how much you want or need to be there. But if you like it, then you want to be there more. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. So and you said that it's there's a lot of people that kind of travelers that come and shop there. I seem to notice that a lot.
Yeah, people tend to come on vacation for a week at a time, and we
Okay.
have several marinas there. So lots of people who boat, come and stay. We have
I know
right on.
Mutual is a boater. Yeah. I don't know if she's been to your shop before, but
Oh,
yeah, Michelle. Yeah.
and Michelle actually, she came to Pentwater, but it was like 2 or 3 years ago. So it was before the store was open.
Right, right. Yeah, you mentioned that it's kind of a new venture, a new building. And do you have any particular goals for the shop, like, or do you feel like you're reaching them and you're doing pretty well? And
Well, I'm hoping that next summer we're open longer hours, and I think that will help us tremendously. And we're going to try to stay open throughout the winter. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge because it's such a seasonal area that we have a very small population throughout the winter. But we'll
the
do some
people that live
activities.
there, the people that live there looking for the bargains and discounts, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a good feeling to know that you have employment over the winter, because if not, it's like, what do you do when it comes, right? Especially if you have a long winter season like we do. So, but you'd mentioned that you also do printmaking. So, and I think you said you're still doing that for the business and doing that kind of as a hobby too, or
Yeah,
that's
like for
good.
gifts and things like that. Or if I have some friends that will ask me to make, specific things for them. So I do that
I'll
and I make
I'll
a lot
have
of
to
gifts.
keep that in mind. Yeah. Yeah, I remember for some reason, and I mean, so many things could come to mind on that, but for some reason, when I was growing up, I remember this cup that we had, and it had a tree on it with leaves, perfect for this time of year because when you put a beverage in it, it changed color. And
Nice.
I don't know what the science was. I mean, I know it had to do with temperature, but I don't know how one would design such a thing. Like it was, I always thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah. You have to buy those cups specially, but I can buy cups that do change with hot and cold, and then I
Yeah,
can put designs on them.
you can put what?
I can put designs on them, like whatever design someone wants. I create that
Okay.
on the computer and then I print it and then I put it onto the uh, whatever substrate, if it's a
Yeah.
cup or
Have you ever done like, I'm just gonna close the door because I'm just hearing something in the other room. Have you ever done like books or CD covers and greeting cards and those kind of things too?
I've done greeting cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I ever release an album, I'll have to, or a book, maybe I'll come to you and you can figure that out. Um, yeah. So what, I guess how to word this would be, what are your thoughts on, like as far as running things and having employees, hiring employees, what it looks like, what it feels like?
Well, okay, I don't have a lot of experience hiring employees to be honest because in my previous business I had a little shop where we sold things, but I had my kids working for me, so I didn't have to worry about hiring anybody there.
Hmm.
Um
I
and
wondered if you might these days too, but yeah,
yeah, where we're at right now, the other girls that work there are technically not really employees because they work for the store for free to and they uh, sell things and pay a lower consignment rate because they work at the store.
right, right. Well, since you're mentioning it, we don't have to get like hugely into family or anything, but you mentioned that you have and I believe you have teenagers, so and you haven't had the shop that long, and you're talking about I think a shop you had before that, so they must have been quite young when they were there helping out.
Well, I actually just finished the previous shop I had was also going this year, and I
Okay.
just finished it this month. I'm actually still moving things out of there.
I've always
So
thought family-run businesses, I mean, some people don't like them or they feel like they're forced into a family business, but I think it can be a nice head start. It can be a nice way to gain experience and, you know,
yeah,
maybe get
because
sick of each other sometimes, but you know.
yeah, my son didn't enjoy it as much as my daughter did. My son, but he did it, but and it gave him experience with customers and just talking to people, that you don't know. Um, but at this point, I think they were both happy to not have to do that anymore.
And I think that's also a great thing is when you can like have students in like for a work experience or people from certain programs or whatever, because it can be sometimes hard to find those opportunities otherwise. And it's like I say, good to get an idea as to what those kind of things look like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Is there anything else you'd like to kind of mention about, self-employment, owning a business, the things, sales you might have coming up or whatever you want to? I notice we have someone just tuned in, so maybe they'll weigh in as well on questions, but.
Well, I mean, I think that being a business owner isn't for everyone, but if you have something that you enjoy that you really like doing, I mean, there's nothing better than being able to dictate your own schedule and doing something you enjoy every day because then it's not like work, you know? It is
Mhm.
far.
I mean, any job can be, but there's definitely a lot of appeals to this kind of thing. And I heard a statistic recently that and I don't know how accurate it is, but 7% are self-employed and the rest want to be, or 70% want to be, or something like that. Um,
There
yeah.
are a lot of headaches as far as the paperwork, the bookwork that comes with it, you know? I mean, you if you don't like doing that or don't enjoy it or aren't good at it, then you need to hire somebody to do it for you because um, doing everything yourself is a hassle. You want to make sure that you get people to support you. I have several women friends that are business owners, and it's all about having the right people there to support you and help you.
And gaining a following, gaining return customers and word of mouth. I mean, because I'm imagining you're not the only gift shop in the town, so it's like you're kind of competitors of each other, and hopefully a friendly way. But so it's yeah, the importance of that too, right?
Yeah, we do have the benefit of being, I think, the only resale shop in town. There are
Oh,
several boutiques and several like t-shirt shops and things like that. But we are unique in the way that we are a resale shop, and people have enjoyed that quite a bit. So I
so
think
what's the
that'll.
difference? Sorry, what's the difference between being a retail shop and being a boutique for retail?
Well, what we sell is we like maybe get items, from estate sales or things like that. So we've got a lot of like antiques and vintage items
Oh yeah.
are gonna they strike nostalgia and things. You come in and you see things from the 1970s and 80s and things. And the other shops, the retail shops, are selling T-shirts that say Pentwater, Michigan on them. Just very touristy things, but they're all
Mhm.
new, modern. They're recently made, and
Right.
the other like boutiques have specialty items, but again, they're not antiques or vintage or anything that's unique. We have pretty much one of a kind items.
Yeah, the other person in the home actually works at a donation center, and yeah, you get a mix of the nice stuff from estates or just nice stuff in general and junk, and it's kind of sifting through those things. But so do you find that you have to do a lot of that, or are you where like are you getting your stuff? I know you kind of mentioned, but just to kind of remind us where the bulk of your stuff
Yeah,
comes from.
we don't have an issue really dealing with items that aren't in good shape or anything because when like myself and the other girls that work there, we specifically bring in, nice items. We make sure everything's clean, no stains, rips, or anything, and it's all in good shape and high quality. And any of the people that consign with the store that bring things in, we also look at their items to make sure that they're not broken, or damaged in some way, or, to make sure they fit the store and they'll sell well.
Yeah, I mean, everybody likes different things. One person's junk, as they say, another person's treasure. But makes the business look good if you have the best quality of stuff for the most part. What would you say are the most popular types of things? I mean, clothing, I think, would probably be one. What other hot sell items do you have?
Yeah, we do sell a lot of clothes, and we have a lot of like cobalt blue items in the store right now. I've been selling a lot of those. A lot of like vintage decanters, a lot of vintage brooches. One girl sells a lot of brooches that are just beautiful. Um, and pottery, we do, and paintings. Um, yeah, we sell
I wanted to get back into pottery. Yeah, and
variety of
art.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah, pottery's great.
Yeah. Um, and For some reason, I'm thinking of a place that's currently, for the past number of months, been had a for lease sign in the front. But I did make it there to at least shop once, and that maybe um, separately or whatever, but because it was a bit of a kind of a journey exploration thing. But they had a very interesting system where they would charge based on how much what you selected weighed, and it was all clothes, or like maybe
The,
bags as well or whatever. And I don't know what you call that, and I don't know if it's very common, but I thought that it was kind of a neat way to do it.
we have stores here that are secondhand stores, and they're called Goodwill. And people donate their items to there, and then they sell the items. And they have outlet stores where the things that don't sell from the retail stores get shipped to this big outlet, and then they put them in bins, and people buy clothes by the weight
Almost
there.
like by bulk. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
The only thing is that you sometimes don't know until you're going to purchase, how much things are. I mean, sometimes it's hard to add things up in your head anyway, but you can kind of get an idea when there's a tag on it. But
Yeah.
but no, for some reason it seems like yeah, I don't know, it just seemed like a neat thing. We do have somebody that just tuned in. If they have any questions on the topic, um, I didn't have a ton prepared. It was kind of one of those topics I found a little bit challenging to prepare for, but definitely on the area of self-employment, because that's something that I have been, if you didn't realize, I have been trying to do and been interested in. So just I guess kind of general tips, strategies in general that you might want to suggest to me and others. Um, yeah.
Well, whatever choice, whatever kind of business you want to go into for yourself, just do a bunch of research, and find other people that are successful in that. And you can just learn from them, right? Because other people have usually done what you want to do. So it's easier if you find people, that have accomplished it, whether it be in person or on YouTube these days. You can just find resources everywhere, um, and learn about it. Um, Educating yourself before you take the step to try to do the things is helpful so that you don't get in over your head. But
Mhm.
other than that, I would just say go for it. I think most people are held back by fear, and I think that I think we prevent ourselves from, a lot of good stuff by
Yeah, for
being afraid.
sure. There are so many ways to learn. Of course, online, looking things up or whatever is, right at our fingertips or whatever. It can be hard sometimes to find the opportunities otherwise, whether it's an accessibility thing or it's hard to kind of describe, but it can be sometimes. But the learning by doing method is always one that I've liked. There was something else that you'd said that I was going to kind of make mention about, but I can't remember what it was now. Um, but yeah, I'll see if any of our viewers might have questions, but there's a couple of them there. Um, yeah, so yeah, I wish I could remember what it was, but uh, I guess you said something about how sometimes, people have fear or anxiety in getting started. I'm not going to say I don't, but I don't think I do for the most part. It's just the competition, even if it's not like, super aggressive, is always a thing. I mean, in so many industries. And I mean, there's lots of people doing the things that you want to do. And I guess it's how do you stand out? How do you get your start? And be able to do those things as well. I don't know if I feel like, and I don't know exactly how to put it into a question, but I guess a way might be to ask when you were getting started, what were some of the difficulties that you maybe had to work with and work through? Um, yeah.
Well, like every business is different, but for me, when I started my business and I started creating things and making things to sell, you just don't know what people are going to want. And so I tried to make a wide variety of things that would appeal to everyone. And that was a huge mistake because, I spread myself too thin. There are so many options out there, so many designs, so many, niche things that people are into. So in the end, what worked best for me is just making things that I liked and that I enjoyed and going with styles and things that were comfortable to me and natural to me and easy for me to make, So I created a lot of stuff, like maybe hippie-ish kind of vibes, maybe psychedelic kind of vibes.
Always popular stuff.
I created things that I have a design that says spread love like peanut butter. I've made many designs, many local designs to my city because the city I live in is called Heart. And so, you can put a heart inside of Michigan. Um, Home is where the heart is, just many things to do with that. So I just started creating things that I thought were cute, I thought were cool, that appealed to me. I use mushrooms and hearts and just lots of different things. And then nature, I have like Lake Michigan here. I've got lots of great pictures. We've got a lighthouse in Silver Lake. I've got some great pictures of that. So now I used those things to put on whatever substrates I wanted to put a design on, and those sell well. So I don't need to make things that appeal to everyone under the sun. I just need to find my client base, and the people that like what
The
I make,
destination environment. Yeah, yeah.
and it makes it more enjoyable that way too.
Mhm.
So sorry
Do
about the
you
traffic.
also do you also do markets and farmers markets, those kind of things?
I did a long time ago. I did for a brief period before I got a little building in Hart, and then I just stuck with that. And I don't think that I would go back to doing markets or anything like that. I don't enjoy, putting up and taking down every day. I just did not enjoy that. Um,
Mhm,
so I like having like a brick and mortar, just having a store to sell out of.
mhm. Yeah, cool. And you've had the shop for I think you said 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, my business was called Heart to Heart Designs. And I started that, I guess it was in 2020. So it's been 5 years. And I had the little building in Hart. I had that little place for 3 years.
Okay. Have you always one other question kind of comes to mind. Have you always wanted to own a business or
I hadn't even thought about it really previously. It was something, I never even thought of. And I don't know why, because, you know, now I think it's a great idea. I'd, I'd like to have a few stores like the resale shop in Pentwater.
right? And what would you say then are skills or things that you brought from other types of work that you've done into what you do now?
Well, I used to be an administrative assistant a long time ago.
I've got the
Um,
rest of that. Yeah.
to do like paperwork, and I've been a secretary and things before. So it- that has helped me, be able to keep track of the books. And I worked in
Not
customer.
everybody's good at that. So if you have that background, you might as well utilize it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely going to make things easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and customer service has come in handy, being able to talk to people and communicate effectively. And I enjoy the people that come in the store. I have great conversations, and I just really enjoy the clients, the customers quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm really enjoying meeting with you on camera for the first time today, and that's lovely. We are just only about half an hour in, and somebody just tuned in. So I don't know if there's like I think it is kind of cool how it's came up how one of your hobbies is kind of something that you kind of utilize within the shop. And do you advertise that much, like that this is a product that you or the design that you've created, or like do
No, I
people?
don't really advertise that I specifically created them. Um, I just, sell.
Yeah, yeah. And Yeah, so and have you always been kind of in Michigan, or have you owned businesses in any other places? And how would you say it compares if you have in other places, like what the
No
field is like?
owned any business anywhere else. I've I've I just started in 2020, so just here in Michigan. I have lived in other places, but I was born here in Michigan. I was born in the same area where I live now. I've
Okay,
gone to,
back in the roots.
yeah, I really like it here. It's beautiful. We've got a lot of beaches. You get to see beautiful sunsets, get to go on the lake. I love it here. It's beautiful.
Yeah, do you have any product in the shop that is like paintings of like the local scenery or photographs, framed photographs, things like that?
Yeah, I have a picture in there right now of a local lighthouse, and
Okay.
then of the other ones are just beach photos, but they're not of our specific beach.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, it would have been nice if I could have been able to fill the hour, but there was a couple questions that I sent you, sample questions. If you remember them and think that you'd like to mention them, you're welcome to. I don't know, like I did use, I did use for a couple of them AI, and so I wasn't quite sure what like it was mentioning when it said something about like, um, if it's a sole proprietorship, LLC, those kind of things. Um,
Yeah,
and
this is a sole proprietorship, but the lady that owns it, it's her business. I'm the manager.
So what does that term mean, just for those that may not know?
The manager, I run the
No,
store.
the sole proprietor, what that
It's just
refers to.
one owner. It's not owned by a corporation. It's just one person that owns it. Like my
Okay,
art business I'd be the sole proprietor of that one because I
okay.
don't have, yeah, I don't have a bunch of partners or anything with me.
So how many people work in the shop then?
There are three of us that actually work in the shop.
Okay. Yeah, and then I guess on a fairly full-time basis then.
Yeah, right now our hours are limited because you know, it's slowed down quite a bit after Labor Day. Then we went to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we still do have tourists coming up through this month. And after Halloween, after October 31st, we will not have as many people. November, December, January, February, March are going to be very, very quiet and slow months. So we're going to offer some
Well, they're
class.
coming to see their families, or they're not coming to shop, I guess. Well, I guess you must do well for Christmas gifts and stuff.
We're going to try. She has not been open before.
Oh, okay, right, right.
So there are many other businesses in town that have all joined together and they're going to do promotion for Christmas shopping in December so that people know that all these shops are open downtown. And then we're going to do some advertising for January, February, and March. And we're going to offer a jewelry making class and some tea making classes, maybe do a painting class. So we'll try to get some local people to come down and check us out. And we're always switching up the merchandise. We have some local people that like to come, and just check and see what we have new. So we're hoping that we'll make some money over the winter and we'll build on it. This will be the
So
first.
when you say that all these businesses are coming together, is there like a hub or a way that they do it, or they just put something in their window?
Yeah, what we're gonna do is like everyone's pitching in and then we'll have local marketing, for on the radio and in the paper and it'll
Oh,
advertise our businesses.
so this is kind of a head start to that, I guess. Yeah, cool. And you said that you're going to be doing some classes. Are you teaching any particularly yourself, or?
Yeah, I mean, I did a class a while back and it was just on how to make chai tea.
Okay.
um so I have a list of all the ingredients for the tea, and then you can make your own. I supply, like, a little glass jar, and then people can put the amount of the ingredients, if they want more cinnamon sticks or less cinnamon sticks or more or less star anise or whatever, they can kind of make it to their taste.
Mhm.
And I have tea ready so they could try it
Okay.
and get an idea of what it tasted like with the base recipe that I supply. and then they can add or subtract, ingredients on their specific jar. And then they take it home and they can, it makes like 2 quarts of tea.
Oh, cool. And you said jewelry making, and what was the other ones?
I have a girlfriend who's an artist, and so she does paintings.
Painting.
So she'll do a painting class for us.
Okay, cool. And that's, I guess, stuff that you haven't really done much of yet.
No, no, this is all going to be new, but
Okay.
I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a neat experience. I hope that.
People like when they can take a short, like, you know, afternoon or 2 or 3 class type things, and come out with a product at the end of it too is also very nice. Yeah,
Yes.
cool. Well, is there anything else that comes to mind to mention? Or
I don't think so, but I appreciate you having me on.
yeah, appreciate you being on. Okay, cool. And yeah, and if you know anybody else that would like to do this, or if there's another topic that you think of for us, be happy to do it again.
Okay,
I,
sounds good.
I enjoy doing them. So yeah, it's been a little bit quiet on this type of you know two on screen things for a while now, but I'm glad to have done this with you today.
Me too. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, take care. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Okay. Okay. It looks like a still image, and it's really weird because I see, well, that is on the desk there, but it looks like it's in the other corner than when it was when she was here. I wasn't going to keep rolling, but I did notice. Okay. I was going to say I did notice that somebody had just tuned in, but okay. So yeah, but she's in still image, so it looks like she has left, and we did wrap up. So I think I probably will, although somebody did just tune in again. So yes, that just flew. I mean, in a way, it was good for maybe the amount of energy that I had, but that just flew. And so I hope that you will watch it back and find it interesting to listen to, and yeah, and if you think of anything you'd like to ask, let me know. I can let her know if I, and we can, one or both of us will answer for you. Um, yeah, and I do hope to do more of these. I really do, and talk to a variety of people. I've done a few, some on another platform, and but not many, not as much as I would like to, for the fact that, like I say, I do quite enjoy it. So it's kind of interesting seeing her image there now, though, when she's not also on video and chatting as well. Um, it's semi distracting, and I don't know, other than wrapping this up, how to. But in a way, it's kind of cool because they're going like, "Oh, who's that with you?" And they're not moving. Like I say, that was Dawn from Binwater, Michigan, talking about a shop that she runs, and also kind of cool to talk about the printmaking stuff. I've, I, I'm quite interested in that, actually. I wish I could have thought of more things to ask or say about it, but I'm not sure what that would have been. So again, if you have anything comes to mind, feel free to ask and say it. Um, the biggest reason I've never done any of that stuff is I don't have the equipment or the know-how, really. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. Probably have some lunch soon. It's still kind of early in the day. So if you have any song requests for me or topics, you can put them in the comments, and I might roll with them later today. Okay, bye.